What's up, guys? Armada here, and today's video honestly is by far the hardest one I've ever done. Uh, I know that the message in this video is not what people want to hear, but uh, it's about time. That's all you can say. Um, basically, the past year, when it comes to Smash, when it comes to Melee for me, have been incredibly hard. Uh, I would say around Evo 2017, around that time, slightly before, uh, is when I started getting more and more severe motivational issues. The people that followed me know that happened to me in the past as well. Uh, and to compare it to that time, to keep a long story short, you can basically say it's, yeah, just been worse. Just been worse. I love Melee though. I love the community, and you can basically say that the past year for me have been more of like trying to find my way back. Uh, and when I talk about that, I don't really mean in terms of like results. I talk more in terms of like really enjoying single tournaments. I have, during some periods of time in that year, entered a lot of tournaments in a short span, sometimes a few, sometimes like during Genesis and the last summit, not entered anything for like 3 months. Uh, I've tried a lot of different approaches in terms of finding happiness of like entering singles again. And basically the past year of doing that have been really unsuccessful, which I'm honestly very sad to say. Uh, but for me, I feel like if I can't have fun doing it, then it's no point in doing it. And as I said, I know so many people will be incredibly disappointed. I do think people that know me a bit more closely are not going to be as surprised by this video. A few people already know about this before this video was even recorded, and the people that I know very well, uh, they were not even like really surprised. They were like, we saw this coming. Uh, and I think that's pretty telling as well when people you have really close to you do not even like get too surprised. So yeah, I know it's a big decision, but it's not a rushed one by any means. It's been like a year in the making, more or less. So I would look at it more like 1 year of a huge struggle trying to get there. But at this point, I feel like no matter what I try, no matter what I do, I can't get there. Like, you can't force motivation. Like, for me, when I enter tournaments, I would singles, it almost feels to the point where I feel like physical sick most of the time, where I'm like, I really don't want to do it, but I'm like, I've invested so much of my life into this game, and like, especially like around this time and age, I really want to make sure that this is what I feel that I want to do. I know some people will ask like, oh, what about the future? What if you ever regret it? Blah, blah, blah. Sure. Like, if that happens, I can always do whatever I want. I can never play Melee again if that's what I want to. I can play it 24/7 without entering tournaments if that's what I want to. Okay, maybe not because you need sleep, but you know what I mean. But if it's changed from something I'm like incredibly excited about and this is what I want to do, looking forward to each tournament, until like basically feeling sick and not want to do it at all, then I feel like it's gone way too far, way too long. And maybe my approach to the game of like always being like really serious about climbing all the way to the top, maybe that's why I felt this more than what it seems like other top players have felt. My approach have always been that I want to be the best. And then after that, I wanted to be the greatest of all time. And personally, I would say that I feel like I have done that. I have succeeded at, and I feel like that also comes into play with like parts of the reason why I'm having motivational issues is that I feel like I can't like have like during my career I've had smaller goals, like one step at a time. Sometimes you have setbacks, of course, but I have small goals that I really really want to achieve, and right now I feel like I don't really have that at all. I feel like I have done everything I want to do. Of course, like it's possible to have done more, had a more successful career, and all of that. But for me, yeah, I don't know. I can't find the goals. I can't find the happiness. Uh, and then I think it's about time to not play singles any longer. Uh, so yeah, this is how I feel. Uh, so yeah, but yeah, basically to talk more because I know like a lot of other questions will come up. Also, after this video is released, I will stream the following night, uh, or the night it gets released. I will tweet out about it, and we're basically gonna have an AMA when I respond to questions from the people. Uh, I think I owe you guys at least that much. Um, but yeah, basically my plan for now is that I will still enter teams, and some people might be surprised, like, oh, if you play teams, you can play singles. But for me, teams and singles have always been two very different games. I've never really agreed with teams and singles being that similar. Like in terms of like movement and stuff like that, sure it is, but on the surface. But if you look at like the deep picture, I think it's two very different games, and I still really enjoy playing teams. If I play team friendlies, for example, I'm very excited. I think it's still very fun. Of course, I can't promise that will always last either, but compared to singles, it's just so much more fun for me to play teams. So I want to keep doing that. And in teams, I also feel like I have things I want to achieve with Android. Like, sure, we have won some tournaments. We had last year's #1 in the world, but I still feel like we have so much more to do. Not only in terms of like winning, but also in terms of like showing how far teams can be pushed. So I'm very excited about that as well. And honestly, last time, back in 2013, when I decided to not enter any longer, a while into that, I actually did regret stop playing teams, because I was like, I always enjoy teams so much more than singles. So maybe that was like a rushed thing in the past. Probably was actually. And I started playing teams again before singles as well at that time. So for now, that's all. That's still a plan. So I will be at Big House. I will be at Big House. But that means that I'm not going to be at Summit. I'm not going to be at Summit, and I know that's a huge disappointment for people too. And trust me when I say I hate making people disappointed, but I feel like if I would go on the way I do now, I would not make anyone more disappointed than myself, and I can't let myself do that. And I really, really hope that people, despite the sadness, despite being maybe upset, feeling like it's boring, unfair, uh, I hope all of you guys, at the very least, can respect my decision, even if you are not enjoying the decision. So yeah, that's basically all I'm asking for. At least try to understand my point of view. But yeah, besides teams, I also will keep streaming and YouTubing. I really have enjoyed that, and I know in those regards, especially the stream, it's so much that can be improved and should have been improved a long time ago. I'm not going to go into all the details of why that's not happened, but I promise to make a very, very genuine effort to become as good of a streamer as I possibly can be, and the same thing for YouTube. Uh, so that's pretty much it. Ultimate do get an increased chance. Maybe that's what I need, like a new challenge. for a new game. I don't know. Uh, I'll take things one step at a time, one step at a time. Uh, but yeah, I feel like we have covered basically everything. Uh, yeah, no, I'm honestly not sure what to say at this point. But I do love the Smash community, and I will still be around since I will play teams, possibly Ultimate, and I will also try to do some commentary at events. If teams finishes at day 1 or 2, then I would like to do some commentary as well. I do feel like I have a lot of knowledge that should be passed on to other people as well. Uh, and I think commentary is pretty fun, and it seems like people have enjoyed my commentary quite a bit, and that's also something I could improve on a lot. Um, but yeah, as I said, by far the hardest YouTube video I've ever made. I felt pretty emotional about it all. It's been a crazy ride, and I still remember going to my first tournament back in 2005, and I never imagined that 13 and a half years later, I would sit here making this video and honestly looking back at a career that I'm not even sure if myself as like an 11-year-old could even imagine to have gotten all of this, and I can't ask for more. I can't ask for more. Uh, and I do think Melee is still like in a good state. We have so many good players around. Melee will still be incredibly exciting, and I will for sure enjoy the singles action from the sideline. Uh, but yeah, if you wanna keep supporting me despite this decision, follow me on Twitch, subscribe here on YouTube. As I said, I will still be around. I still love the esports like world, and I don't want to distance myself from that despite this decision. Uh, and also during the stream tonight, try to keep it civil. Try to keep it civil. I wanna respond to the questions you guys have. But yeah, let's try to make it as good as possible despite the news. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I feel like I've gone on for too long, and yeah, it's just been a lot to cover. So yeah, sorry if I repeated something sometimes. My mind is kind of, I don't know, blank right now. But I love you all. I love you all. Take care, and I will see you all in the future still. Peace.